I'm Jose.
I'm Leanne.
And we are Two Most Wanted.
Welcome back, babes.
It's been a whole year.
It felt like a whole year. It felt like a whole year.
It felt like something.
It's been a few weeks. It's summer. We're hot, sweaty,
summer.
Eating Baby Bell, hormones raging or not.
All of the raging. All the hormones, all the raging.
To season 2.
More hormones, more raging for less of the price. Right?
Oh, yeah. So worth it, though. So worth it. All the raging and all the hormones.
Is it, though? Is it really worth it?
We're going to find out. That's what we're going to talk about as we chew this cheese.
I feel like it's been raging for a while. Everyone that I talk to about it, it's
in our age group.
In our age group. Mm-hmm. And I think the key emphasis, and welcome to those who are new to this and have not listened to anything that we've ever said. So first of all, welcome. Second, we are 40.
Yeah. So 40.
So 40, like the most 40th.
We're the most 40 right now.
The 40th of 40th.
We are officially in our 40s.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And everyone for the most part in my group of people, which is not that many, we're in that age range between 35 and 42.
Okay.
And everyone across the board is just like, girl, I'm tired. Mm-hmm. I'm so tired. But then the crazier thing is like, but why am I tired?
Because we're not old. That's the thing. We're older than some people. We're not old. We should not be this. No one told me that I was going to be this tired at 40. No one told me that.
I'm just getting the memo now from myself of how tired I am. And now I'm at a place where I'm like questioning it. I'm like, but for why? Like for who? For why? Why? How? How am I?
Right.
I haven't done anything. I just had dinner and I'm falling asleep because I need to take a nap.
I've been taking naps I've been taking naps without my own consent. Like I am becoming narcoleptic and it's a problem.
I was going to make a very inappropriate joke, but then I thought that's not how we should start this off.
No, not with a bang, not with an insulting bang. I say go for it. But
this one's going to be, no, it's too late now. It's the moment's lost.
Okay.
But just know it was a good one.
I'll tell you what it is off air if you know me.
Yeah, there you go.
So I thought originally it was a mental health thing. I did. I was talking to my therapist and I was like, I think my ADHD is getting worse. I think my anxiety is back. I think it's all these mental health related things. And she was like, start writing down the things you feel when they happen, like, because that's how you find patterns and things, right?
Right, yeah.
So I was jotting things down for my mental health, of course.
In your dear diary.
In my dear diary. And my dear diary is like, woke up sweating for no reason. And
I love that for you.
Don't remember my dreams, just woke up sweating and the air condition is blasting and I feel like the air condition's not working because I feel like it's 90 degrees in here.
Because it is.
And then why am I crying like 3 times a day? And this is not around my period. I know why I cry around my period, not 2 weeks out from it, And things like, why am I exhausted? Why am I falling asleep in the middle of the day every day? Why am I falling asleep like driving? Like, not to be so scary, but yeah, it's that scary. Like, yes, my life is exhausting. Yes, I physically exert myself more than the average 40-year-old. I don't get to go to an office and sit at a desk. I am wrestling. I'm doing bondage. I'm in front of a camera. I'm posing. I'm doing the most. I'm traveling by plane, by car, by train. Like I'm doing all the things. Yeah, and the world is crazy. We should have anxiety. We should be tired if we're doing all this. However, I am also generally getting 8 hours of sleep. I am eating well. I am taking all the vitamins. I should be able to keep up with myself. Why do I feel 80 all of a sudden? And all the things I'm writing down, it's like, wait, this is hormone related. This isn't mental health. I mean, it could be also mental health. Mm-hmm. But I was like, this is, I went to Asbury Pride earlier in the month and my friends it was 65 degrees by a beach. My friends are freezing. I'm sweating. This is not anxiety or ADHD. This is hormones. And of course, I go down the Google rabbit hole and it's like perimenopause, perimenopause, perimenopause. And I had no idea that could start at 35.
That's wild.
Because I'm thinking, no, it's what are the odds? I just turned 40. Why would I get this like so suddenly? It's like, no, I probably had it going for maybe a year, you know? So
And it's completely under the radar.
exactly. And going to the doctor and, you know, thankfully I have a team of women who listen to me and they're like, my gyno was like, I'm the drug dealer of birth control. So I'm just going to tell you birth control, birth control, birth control. And I was like, not only am I not having sex for the last several months, but not even with men. So like, does it have to be birth control, you know? And she's like, it would solve the problems and blah, blah, blah. And you don't need testing.
I've heard like birth control really solves a lot of, like understood that there are women who take birth control for things outside of birth control.
Correct. I don't like the name birth control anymore.
What is it? A multivitamin?
It's hormones. It's hormone balancing. But for some people, birth control is very dangerous, and that's why I don't want to get on it.
Dangerous in what kind of way?
I took it for well over a decade for the sole purpose of to clear my acne and to not get pregnant because I was sleeping with men. I was in relationships with them, and it can make it can make some people gain weight. It can give people heart issues. It can if you're a smoker, you're more you're more capable of getting a stroke. Like there's a whole lot of reasons to dislike the birth control pill, birth control in general. But as it turns out, at a certain age, women of a certain age, it can actually benefit you more than harm you. So now I am considering it because my doctor listened to me and she did hormone testing. And her and I haven't gone over the results yet. But from what I read and the Google hole I went down, it's looking like perimenopause.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was a wild chase of like, do I need a psychiatrist or is it my hormones?
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry that for those who are listening and you hear me chewing, I'm just chewing a piece of Baby Bell.
Oh, because Baby Bell cheese is everything. We are sitting on Jose's couch, sweating our balls off, maybe hormonally, maybe temperature related. I don't know.
Who cares?
I don't know, but we've got cheese.
We got cheese. So who cares?
So I feel like our problems are semi-solved right now.
I mean, world peace, here we come. I'm eating cheese. But like you, I too
sweating your
find
balls
out
off?
that I am perimenopause.
I believe it.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know where this stems from. So I was talking to Crystal, and we were discussing this very topic. And for me, I guess as a man, we don't take account. I'm speaking for all men across America, God's country, that we don't obviously have to deal with perimenopause to a degree. Like we're not aware of a lot of things, and I'm sure there's certain things that do affect men of a certain age. That I think the only thing that pops into my head that I, as a man at 40, have to worry about is a colonoscopy.
And also, from dating men, I've heard of low T, like low testosterone starts to. Now, what age does that start to happen?
I think it varies, but it starts somewhere. I believe. Don't quote me on this. I'm not a scientist.
Right.
It is 35. Not an archaeologist.
35 also. So it is. 35. So men have perimenopause essentially.
Essentially, yeah. But that's relatively new to me, like in the sense of low T, as they say, right? Mm-hmm. That's very new to me, and that's only in the hemisphere of, for me, is weightlifting.
Okay.
Because they say it's harder to put on muscle, it's harder to maintain muscle, and I'm 40. I've been working out since I was 12. Granted, it's been more consistent now as an adult in the last 5 years. I've seen the most results, but I've also been the most consistent with it.
Yeah.
And I have not had that issue of keeping muscle, like to the point where you and I went to a dinner. We were on a boat. We were for someone's birthday. Yes. And I forgot what the commentary was, but it was me saying how I felt very insecure of my arms because I'm like, they're small. And you looked at me.
I remember this.
Yes.
Because we had my date. We asked my date, or maybe you asked my date at the time, who was a woman, to do something because of her big, strong arms.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I'm looking at you like, you have big, strong arms. You were like...
I'm like, no, I don't.
You were like shocked.
Like genuinely, it wasn't like fishing for compliments. I was like, no, bitch, you're drunk. You've been sober for 6 years, but you're drunk.
Her and I are looking at you like, look at your arm. You freaking do it. Look at your arm.
I know. I'm like, I can't. I have these little tiny chicken arms.
Right? No,
And
like
so-
you're hulking out of your one piece.
And
Like,
and then funny enough, I bumped into to a friend that I haven't seen in years, and turns out we have a mutual friend together at work, and he said to her, he's like, "Oh my God, he's gotten so big. He was so small," and my first response was like, "You thought I was small?"
I'm like, I hate you. I was so teeny
I was so
tiny.
teeny tiny, like I was just like a whisper of a person, and.
Not with those arms, honey. Not anymore.
And so I was
Coming in bold.
hello,
Bold
new
and
me,
hot.
new me, a new season, new me, and so I haven't had that issue in terms of maintaining muscle or building muscle because this is the essentially quote unquote the biggest I've ever been in my entire life,
Yeah.
and so you combine that with my lack of time. That I'm like, oh yeah, I don't feel 40, and my body clearly is not responding like you would think it would be at
Right.
40. I don't take into these things into consideration. So when I have these lethargic moments, so giving you a little more context, there are moments where I just don't want to do any fucking thing. I want to sit on my couch and just exist on my couch.
Yeah.
And the other day, I was cleaning my kitchen, detailing my kitchen. As
I love that for you.
I love that for me too. But it's also a lot of work because I'm like, I don't want to do this. I've come to a place where I just don't want to. Not that I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean.
Right.
I don't want to
feel
clean. I don't mind cooking.
I use
Cooking's
paper
everything.
plates by myself.
I don't even want
So,
to use
I
plates.
hear
I've
you.
gone to a place where I made soup and I just ate it out of the pot because I was like, I just don't want to clean something else.
I
So-
feel you so hard.
I was cleaning and I made breakfast, hours ago, and I had just cleaned my entire kitchen. So it was time for dinner, and I thought, I'm not going to cook. Where am I going to go? I'm going to get takeout.
Oh,
So leave my apartment, go get takeout. And this was on a Thursday night, I don't remember exactly. But there were people out and about in my neighborhood. And granted, in my neighborhood, it is on and popping, right?
of course,
Like I get it.
Yes.
I get
Yes,
it.
honey.
And I'm looking at them like some and I don't mean any offense to our geriatric community,
Sure.
to the one listener out there who's geriatric. I mean, no offense, but I felt like one staring at these young people of like, well, I remember a day when I would like to go to the bar. And I was just like, where? I'm 40.
And they're only like 4 years younger than you.
They are. They're just wearing a crop top.
Right.
That's it. And I'm just like, I remember those days. I'm like, bitch, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking
What
about?
happened?
But I have no drive for it. And I was telling this to Crystal, and she was like, I have felt the same way. That she has felt, to a degree, I'm not talking for her, but hi, Crystal. There is something about those everyday tasks. She says something that was so poignant that stood out to me. That was, is this something that just comes with age, or is there something wrong with us? And that's when I said, well, I don't know, because 40, like I said, we said this
Yeah.
at the season finale of last year. Last year. Oh my God.
Last month.
Last month. No sense of time. Last year, we had this conversation of how this 40 for our generation is completely uncharted, because
We look
we are the
younger.
first of
Yeah.
our generation to live this decade without the expectation of grandchildren. Without the expectation of sowing your oats in that way, right?
Yeah.
So
Children in general. Yeah.
yeah. So for our parents, being 40 was not one foot in the grave. That's too dramatic. But in the sense that, yeah, your opportunities dwindle at that
Sure.
point, right? Whereas for now, I feel like this is the moment where
We're
it's
just getting
blossoming.
started. Yeah.
I'm
It's
like, I
totally
just put
different.
on my pants one leg at a time.
Yeah.
And maybe I put my underwear wrong, but so what? Who cares? I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is new. This is new for me.
Right.
And I have no one else other than my own peers to tell me, well, this is happening to me too. If it wasn't for Crystal, to be completely honest, telling me that, I would have felt completely alone. I had no idea.
Don't worry, because I was coming over here to complain about all my perimenopause. I was coming over here to be like, I am hot, I am sweaty, I am an emotional mess for no reason. Life is good, and I'm still struggling and I don't know why. Well, I know why now, but
well, I mean, yeah. And now I want to go get tested because I want to see if this hormone imbalance, like, yes, it's something that I've heard that happens to women, but I've never crossed my mind that it could happen to me as a man.
I'm curious if you get hormone testing done and if they do find some kind of low T, which would be, spot on age-wise, right? Mm-hmm. I wonder if you start taking some testosterone, if that will like spark something in you to change your dating habits.
It probably could, because I would assume it would, again, not an archaeologist, so I don't know the answers, but I would assume that it would help with the lethargic attitude that I have towards everything.
Yeah.
Like being with Crystal and we're out in public, and Crystal and I can be pretty like, what is it? What's the word when you just don't like people? But that
judgmental. We're all judgmental. Cynical.
But very loner-ish. Like if you want to be with your group and your group only, you don't want to really...
Your little pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were out and about, and I thought, this is nice. We're around people. We're not interacting with them.
Oh, I like
but we
this.
like this. And I thought, why don't I like this more often? I could like this.
Yeah.
It's a weird middle of the road for me, at least. It's a middle, and speaking for myself, it's a very middle of the road where I don't know if I'm going left or right. I like that I have options. I just never expected to be in this place and have to make a decision on something that seems so mundane.
Right.
And then, of course, the cynical in me is like, well, what's wrong with me? Am I dying? I mean, obviously we're all dying, but you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
What is wrong with me that this is
because
that I'm
you're
overthinking?
Healthy, you're beautiful. You have a wardrobe to die for. Why wouldn't you be out showing yourself off? Why wouldn't you be out mingling and on the hunt for a hot date and a partner? Like, why wouldn't you be?
I prefer to be on this hot ass couch.
I know
like what?
Do. And like, I've asked myself these questions about you, like, because you're my best friend. And I'm like, why doesn't he want to do? And I'm just like, I'm a loner. I'm an only child. I'm shockingly introverted. I understand a lot of it. But now that you're talking about, like, we're considering the hormone aspect of it, because I can be very introverted and a loner and all those things, but I go out on the hunt.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I force myself to go out on the hunt because I know that I like physical touch and I like passion and intimacy and all these things. And so I crave it and I do go out. And even if it's just to make new friends or just to whatever, like I try to push myself out there and I go on dates and whatnot. And I'm like, but why doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because I know you want the same things, if not so much. You want so much more than I do. And I'm on the hunt. So why aren't you on the hunt?
Yeah. No, it's so true.
know?
And I at first I thought, I mean, you and I have talked about this plenty of times. Of like, at some point I thought, and Crystal pointed this out perfectly as well, which is that I said, I think I made my apartment too comfortable for me to want to leave.
Ooh,
and she said,
felt.
and right. And then she said something that was really remarkable, which is like, well, it probably happened during COVID, didn't it? And I was like, yes. Mm-hmm. Because I had nothing else to do, girl. So let me shop till I fucking drop.
Yes, a moment.
She felt that.
Moment. Because I did the same fucking thing. I don't want to leave my apartment. It's really cool. I have activities and a full fridge. I have a pole. I have mats to roll around and wrestle on. I have painting supplies to create fucking art if you feel like it. Like it's an adult child playground in my apartment. Why would I ever want to leave?
Yeah.
To go get someone and drag them back to do activities with is the reason why I should go out.
Yes.
And you should do the same.
I mean, how long have I had you guys can't see this, but I have a fucking dining room table that sits literally 8 people.
You have a gorgeous apartment.
No one comes here.
Same. I have a gorgeous apartment for my cat. Like, I get it. It's a problem. Why are we not hunting? I mean, I am sort of like loosely.
I'm not hunting. I'm perusing. I'm perusing around like a fancy old cat.
Someone needs to shock us with some tea.
So I think that's what so, you saying that, and of course,
Your other best friend saying
talking
that.
to Crystal
Yes.
and getting that perspective that's outside of my head really gives me some perspective into that. Well, maybe something's off in the hormone department because I am getting older. Like, I forget that I'm getting older.
I forget.
That's that plain and that simple. I don't think there's anything more to it that my cynical self would want to add on to that. I think it's simply that. But it's fascinating because, again, much like harkening back to my 20s, where no one gave me a fucking roadmap of your quarter crisis. No one told me what the fuck was going to happen in my 20s, and I hated my 20s. And obviously, that's not going to be the same aspect for me in my 40s now, because now, I have a better sense of self. But it's like, I don't know who's gatekeeping all these things, but they need to stop. This is really mean. This is real. Like, life is hard. This economy's tough. These tariffs are a bitch. Like, can I just live my 40s with bliss? May I please?
Agreed. Can we get a fucking break?
Just know for our listeners.
There's so much to know about your 20s, so much to know about your 30s. And then I feel like we skip to 50s for some reason. Like,
and then you die.
Don't know. Because apparently in our 40s, we're supposed to like finally be established and reap the benefits of our 30s and whatever. Like, okay, we did not prepare for these times that we're living in. Nothing is going according to plan for anyone right now.
Well,
it's
funny.
rough.
It's funny and also sad and a bunch of other things where someone, I was reading an article not too long ago that said how our generation and everything it's dealt with, starting from September 11th, and then you just go on and on. Like, there's just plethora of things. And granted,
so many downfalls economically.
And some people and other generations, I always forget their terminology, boomers or something, like they went through I don't know. They went through a lot, but at least for us, and obviously because we lived it and we're still living through it, it seems like it's back to back to back. It just doesn't stop.
I know the article you're talking about. I can't remember where I read it, but I know that we talked about that, and it is a back to back scenario of millennials just we're not getting the win.
No, we're not
getting the win.
And this is not by no means a bitching moment of like, I want it my way. It was just, no, this is just factual.
Yeah.
Like the idea, I will never forget, right after high school, my parents, who are blue collar, both job, they've worked, and they had a little savings for college for me. And they were like, here you go. This is for college. And I was like, what am I going to do with this?
Right.
This is, I can't buy a book with this.
Yeah.
And because to them, and rightfully so, college was a different expense when they were younger. And when I explained to them my college debt, they were just so dumbfounded. They're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
Welcome to America.
This is that. And this is why I can't buy a house, because the houses don't cost what they cost back then.
It's like one or the other. Like, either you go to college or you save to buy a house. But like having both is wild.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course there's some people that are afforded that, and that's great.
Sure.
Mazel.
Different tax bracket.
Yeah.
Good for you. Happy for you. But we don't know that life.
No. I have a tree. Come look at my tree.
I have plants.
And
many
a
plants.
cat.
So I can't afford anything else. So I'll be here.
Yeah. So the idea, like, it's kind of weird to be at an age, and we touched on this, the season finale of just like being 40 and what that means and all the song and dance. It's weird to be at a place where I'm like, fuck, TV, the media, maybe even social media has told you that by this age you should be established, kind of like what you said.
Yep.
And then being at a place where, no, I'm not. Like, I just started to have a savings account for the future. And I felt accomplished. And that's at 40. And granted, I'm sure in your 30s, whoever's out there and you have that, again, mazel tov, my fucking hat is off to you. But that's not me. Damn it. It's not me.
We're not there.
We're not there. I'm getting there. I'm just getting there, and I'm just
trying.
loving it.
And I can also, it's easy to blame like, oh, it's because you live in New York and it's the whole country's expensive right now, unless you live in the middle of nowhere. And also, mazel to you for living in the middle of nowhere. I don't want that life.
I don't like nowhere.
No, I don't want to live in the middle of nowhere.
No,
I've been there.
okay.
Don't love it.
No. Although their produce is a lot cheaper. But yeah. And so then on top of that, so you have the economic status of it all, right? And then on top of that, you have the hormone imbalance. Oh,
Honey.
bitch, sign me up. Let me jump off a roof. Let me jump off a roof.
Honestly, though, I really was playing this whole game for the last few months of, is it this or is it perimenopause? Is it anxiety or is it perimenopause? Is it depression or is it perimenopause? Is it 90 degrees in here or is it perimenopause? Like, oh my God, I play this game 10 times a day and it's exhausting. And I try to make light of it. I try to make fun of it, but it is constantly on my mind. And then the algorithm doesn't help. The algorithm is like, yes, you're in perimenopause. Take this pill, take that patch, try this cream. What? And then my gyno was like, she didn't even want to test me. She believed me. That's the important thing. She's
good.
like, if you have these symptoms and you think this, then it's true. And I'll prescribe something right now. And I was like, but I want to know. And here's what was crazy. She's like, it doesn't usually show up in the blood work for years.
What do you mean?
So for women, it doesn't show that you're in perimenopause until you're basically in menopause. So that just makes us feel crazier.
It's
just making women feel crazier.
That's insane.
Like the science is trying to invalidate us. But it's like, no, it actually can start at 35. You can have all of these symptoms all the way up to your 50s. And in my opinion, it's worse because we're still bleeding in perimenopause. Menopause is when you stop bleeding and have all these symptoms amplified.
Right.
So I was like, well, I want to do the test anyway, just to see if anything else is off.
Yeah.
And something popped up, and we're going to see next week. But I already went down the Google rabbit hole, and it's looking like perimenopause. And it's looking like there's enough of it to show up, even though she thought that it wouldn't. So there's something about that feels more validating. And I'm like,
wild.
Now maybe you can figure out exactly what I need to take to make this go away. Because I am narcoleptic right now. The way I'm falling asleep all the time is ridiculous. With my lifestyle that I lead.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. We're in dangerous territory right now for my hormones.
Yeah.
Funny thing though, because I have a high libido, right? That's one of the things.
Stripper pole. Yeah, you do.
I have a very high libido. It's one of those things that go in perimenopause and menopause, right?
Stripper pole?
I mean, maybe, but the libido.
Oh, the libido
goes down.
Okay.
So I've been asking myself, wait, I have all these other symptoms. Is my libido going down? I haven't had sex in like several months. We're talking like November 2024 here. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, shit, maybe it is down. But I think that it's probably down to that of a normal person because it's normally so high. How crazy is that?
That's so wild.
I never go this long without sex.
See, to me, because I have.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's another Tuesday for me.
This person I dated the other day was like, oh, I masturbated like 3 times today. It was crazy. It was a crazy day. And I'm like, oh, that was a normal day for me. And now I think
3 days. I mean, three times a day.
Yeah, that was normal for me. And now I think I masturbate maybe 3 times in a week or maybe like 5. But that's seeming like that's low for me. For me, that's low.
Someone in the comments, tell me what is a normal day for you? 3 times in a day.
So that I can like behave
I barely
like a normal
eat 3
person.
times a day.
so that I don't go out and like, because of what I do for a living, I don't want to bring my sex drive to work. Do you know what I mean?
Wouldn't that be beneficial?
My drive, my
Please
work
remind
is
the
very
people what you
hypersexual.
do, so those who are
Right.
joining us.
My work is I'm a nude model. I work as a dominatrix. I'm a fetish performer. It's not always appropriate for me to bring that the sexual energy is on me no matter what. It's dripping off me quite literally because I'm sweating actually. But it's not always appropriate for me to be like, I don't want to be inappropriate at work. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I masturbate before work. And
That
after.
is wild. This
Like
is so
sometimes-
new to me. I want to unpack this for a minute. This is like what? This is like water is wet. Like,
Why are you surprised? It's,
because
you know me. You
no,
know
no, no. It's not even that. It's
I'm a horny bitch.
no. The horny bitch part I knew. It's the I can't. I don't bring this to work with me. I thought it's like. It's like I thought they would be more beneficial to a degree.
Yes, because I do bring my sexual energy with me everywhere all the time. It is I can consciously, thanks to my last therapist, I know how to turn it off when I need to. But for the most part, it's on. And it's great for work. It's good to emote that to that energy through the camera. But I don't want to bring the okay, so I'm assuming gay guys do this, but I don't know. So I'm going to talk about straight men.
Talk about me.
Straight men, before going out on a date with a girl that, let's say, first date or something, they sometimes will jerk off before that date because they rub one out before the date because they don't want to bring that what do you call it? That nervous energy, that like I don't know what it is.
I mean, for me, before I go to the gym, and this is not every time I go to the gym.
I love this.
But there are moments where, I get like I'm a horn dog at times. And before I go to the gym, I'll rub one out.
There you go.
This is not every time, but there is. So and you get it. Because when I'm at the gym, I'm not focused because I'm just like, oh, look, dick on parade.
That's what I'm saying because of my job. Sometimes I'm literally rolling around with half naked or naked, beautiful women. I don't need to bring my need to get off to that. I can bring my sexual energy. I do not need to bring my, like, I want to hump you energy to it.
But I thought that would somewhat be beneficial for your line of work because your work is.
If I was filming porn, sure. Because I would be getting it on and climaxing and you know what I mean? But the work I do is not that. Porn. So I need to like on some levels it's porn, but I'm not getting off at work. So I need to get off before work. Get off after work.
That makes sense.
So that I can focus during work and just bring the sexual energy. That's it.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Or before a hot date too. Like I don't want to fuck up by making this go too fast too soon.
I've done that.
Let me go handle this first and then go on the date.
I've gone on a date or two and I'm like, let me rub this out because I know that, there's going to be a drink involved and I'm a lightweight and that is slippery slope.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to get that off the forefront of your mind so that you can focus on everything else.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But the idea that you were saying how that was a factor that you didn't take into account into your hormone imbalance because your libido was normal.
It feels like I'm a normal person libido now, but I had to remind myself I was never at a normal person libido. So something is totally off.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My libido is the same as always been, just a horn dog, period. But no, the lethargic thing about everyday stuff of like
not wanting to hunt though. I wonder if that's I don't know.
Not wanting to hunt. Let's see. Not wanting to hunt.
Not that you
the hunt
go
is there.
out looking for it, but I feel like you would go out and be present for it.
I feel like I'm always present when I'm out for it. I just don't feel. I think I'm not in the right environment to hunt. I do want to hunt. I don't feel like I I keep visualizing a panther in like the savannah or some shit
in the wild,
and I'm like, I'm just like a panther in the city, and I need to be in the forest or whatever. I don't feel stimulated enough to hunt. It's like. This sounds so silly, but it's like a caged animal. Like I'm just like I'm not out there. I feel like I'm in a sterile environment want to.
Is it like hunt. Like a body in motion stays in motion idea? Like so because you're not out doing the thing, you don't feel like being out doing the thing.
I think so. Yeah, because once I'm out in the thing, I'm like, oh, why am I not out here more often?
Yeah.
And so it's the most odd thing, the most odd sentiment, because when I'm out in that environment, with the people, I'm like, oh yeah, why? It feels second nature. Like, yeah, I should be here. I should be present.
Yeah. I'm so curious now. I want you to talk to your doctor. I'm so curious.
First of all, I need to find a doctor.
Oh my God. Why don't you have a doctor?
Because I am young at heart. I don't know. I really don't know. Like it's.
Because you have insurance.
Do I have insurance? No.
Last I checked, you did. What happened to your insurance?
Where is my insurance? Oh, because thankfully, knock on wood, I don't use it. I have never had a need for
Okay.
it, so I don't use it. I know
You
it's
don't need it
there.
until you need it. Yeah.
Yeah, so
right.
I did a physical like what?
Well, that's your homework.
Last month, and that was great, and it's like not too far from here. And
Okay.
I forgot at some point. I don't know if it was an insurance thing, but they asked me like, "Well, who's your family doctor?" And I'm like, "Family doctor? I don't have one."
Yeah, that's.
But that I do have.
I mean, you could do it without getting a doctor. I think it's.
Well, you know,
They
a
offered
referral.
different. No. They offered different hormone panel testing that you can get at home.
Wait, hold on.
Well, you know what? Let me not make assumptions. I know in my 1 million ads, you see that I'm like profusely sweating over
see
here,
that.
right?
You're glistening.
I'm mid hot flash, you guys. It's happening as we speak. The sweat dripping off. First of all, if you're just listening on Spotify, I'm wearing the cutest little colorful top for summer.
A little knit number.
These titties are tittying, but the sweat, girl, the sweat.
Fanning you right now.
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. About to get my Beyonce on with this hair in the wind. What was I even saying? I don't even know. I don't even care.
No, she's having a hot flash. I'm just tending to this hot flash right now. I just noticed like she's in need right
so
now.
Real. What was I even saying? Oh yes. Okay, so my algo, which is forcing perimenopause upon me, is trying to sell me all of the hormone kits at home.
Hormone
Where it's
kits.
like, and they range.
that's
They
exhausting.
range from like $60 to like $500. Like,
Oh my God.
for all the different things that you can test for at home. I'm
Interesting.
assuming they have the same thing for men.
They have
Assuming,
to.
right?
I've seen a couple things. Interestingly enough, not surprising for what is it, impotence?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then also for
ED.
like hair loss and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I've
Hair
seen
loss
them.
is another thing.
Yeah.
One of the
Which I'm
symptoms,
like,
which thank God I haven't had that one yet. Thank God, all this hair, girl. But no, see if you can. If you don't want to go through a doctor or through insurance,
I don't mind all of that. I'm assuming I just have to go find the right proper channel to go get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, this is all hitting me today.
Yeah.
This is something that,
topic of the day.
yeah, it was kind of funny that this is what we were going to talk about. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh shit, yeah, this has been on my mind for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And so it's good to know that there is not necessarily a solution, but that there are other people who feel it in the way that I do. Like it's one thing where someone says, I'm going through something and you can relate. And it's another thing when it's almost parallel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, first you, now Crystal, now other people. Like I'm starting to connect the dots.
I need to find those girlfriends because my girlfriends are not complaining to me about this
They're
yet.
lying to you.
Right? I'm like,
Lies.
how come it's just happening to me? Why am I the
Lies
only one
them.
sweating?
Meanwhile, they're like in a bucket of water. Like, what are you talking about? I'm fine.
Well, like at Asbury Pride, the two women I was with they were cold. They were fine. They were freezing. And I'm like, all right, it's not you guys. So
Are they
I need
diabetic?
I need to find
Anemic?
my people. I need to find the people who are
Other
also
hot bitches.
who are going to sweat with me. This hot girl summer is too hot. It's too hot for me, summer.
Yeah, it is. For all of us.
Ugh, fix these
a lot.
hormones, child. Please.
Yeah, so we have to get these you guys get your hormones checked. I mean, if you're feeling the
Please
same
tell
way,
us.
please do. Because, I mean, again, it's so important to, God, it's so stupid, to feel seen, to feel heard,
We hate
to
those
feel
lines.
validated.
I hate those like therapy buzzwords that
buzzwords.
everyone abuses.
But there is truth to it. Like, there's
Yes, it
something
is.
really important because it does, if anything, it motivated me to want to go check it out because
Yeah,
I'm
look
like,
at that.
all right.
And you
I
feel
want
less crazy.
to. Yes.
Yeah.
One less thing that I don't have to deal with is like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not the only one dealing with this.
That
So this
part.
is very important.
Well, also let us know how many times a week or a day you,
You
masturbate.
masturbate. You rub one out.
So apparently I'm doing it too much.
I'm not judging. I needed to point it out. It's like, wait a minute.
Tell us, male, female, non-binary. Tell us all the things. We want to know how often you're getting it in on your own or
Time.
with others. Mix it up. Tell us what you want to tell us.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. How do we end this?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. We put out new visual episodes every Friday right here on YouTube. And if you want to listen a week earlier, tune in every Tuesday on Spotify under 2 Most Wanted. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Or just watch one of our older videos. I suggest the one about kink, because why not? It's Friday. It's your weekend. Do you? Yes, do it. Do it now.